So we're just gonna, you can just look at me and we'll just have like a natural
Okay, that's
conversation
cool.
like that.
All right.
But first thing is, just please like introduce who you are and where you're from.
Okay. Hi, it's your girl Sparky D, and I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Never ran, never will. That's it. That's our motto.
Nice. When you were growing up, how would you describe like what Brownsville was like as far as like families in the neighborhood, just like what was the experience like back then?
Come on, audience. Ooh, Brownsville. Wow. Well, I had a white mother and a black father, and I lived on the 14th floor in the projects, Van Dyke projects. And you talk about Brownsville. Literally, when I say never ran, never will, that's what it was. My family was, I had a white mother, a black father, so my mother was white. There was another white family there, the Browns family, Sunshine, Mighty Whitey, my god sisters, Teresa, Marianne, and just a couple more white people, that was literally in the Van Dyke projects. And nothing but love, running up and down the stairs, 14 floors, lights go out, there was gangs, tomahawks, unknown riders. But you also had Belmont Avenue, where you had fresh food, fresh marketing, fresh fruit, fresh fish, live chickens. I mean, just being in the mix of it, call me an Oreo, but just being in the mix of it, going on an avenue, Sutter Avenue, you had the numbers, the number hole, you know what I'm saying? The drug dealing, the corner stores, the bodegas on every corner. It was just family, it was love. But Brownsville is not a place to reckon with. That's even on the internet. Brownsville is a place that you may make it in or you won't make it out.
Do you remember as a kid growing up what you thought you wanted to be when you grew up?
Yes, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to go to Honolulu University, not knowing if they, took up doctoring or, MD or anything. But I always wanted to be a doctor. And what got me was, in high school, was the math. To this day, you can give me a division problem and say, hey, I'll give you this $1 million right here. And I may get the $1 million, but most likely I may not. I knew my timetables. So funny. Ironically, I knew algebra, but I just couldn't do division. I couldn't break down the long division. So that's what it was. I wanted to be a doctor.
Do you remember the music that you used to listen to as a kid growing up?
Oh, yeah.
And where you heard from, your parents had a collection, or how did you hear about this?
Yeah, my parents had collections of all type of genres, all types of music. But again, growing up in Brownsville, that was the hood. It was the Motown, Michael Jackson, Smokey Robinson, the Silvers, growing up there, and Mr. Big Stuff, and a whole lot of different stuff. Lovers and Message, Wild Cherry. What was that group? What was it? The White Boys. What were their names? They had a cherry on their album cover. And the cherry with the mouth. What was it? Brandon? Do y'all remember it? We all loved that record, but I listened to all kind of music. And that's it. I was a dancer, so I loved music all my life. I never knew I was going to grow up to be a rapper, a legend. Didn't have a clue. I was a dancer. I wasn't rapping, I was a dancer.
So what, did you see more kind of like dance styles progress as far as like competitions and as far as like, break beats are concerned, or what was music the first, or dancing kind of like the first thing you were kind of doing to get involved in the community?
Yes, actually in the community, we had many different dancers. We had talent shows, and in Brownsville, there's a place called The Hole. And back then, that's where McDonald's used to give us McDonald's. It was hills, we would ride our bikes. It was wooden parks, a tent. But in The Hole, they would play basketball. Different projects against one another, and we would dance, and we would have competitions. Different blocks would have competitions. The 6 Silver Diamonds was bad. They would consist of, I think, 9 girls, if I'm not mistaken. It was Sheila from Van Dyke Projects, Pam, Brenda, Michelle, it was many of them, and they were the baddest in Brownsville. Then you had the Black Uniques, which was us, and so many different groups. And even Bobby Simmons, you know, who has the FPR Live TV show now, he used to dress up as Michael Jackson. He was bad. So, you know, music was our life. You know, that was our entertainment. That was our entertainment. Until I heard King Tut.
That was rap.
Yeah, that was rap. When I heard that song.
All right, so take us through that as far as like, do you remember where you were, where you heard it, and kind of like what your emotions were going through?
Actually, I was upstairs. I lived on the 14th floor, and my brother William Can, we called him Will, great barbershop in Brownsville. What's up, Will? He said, Sparky, yo, you gotta come downstairs. You gotta hear this record. And I'm like, okay, I'll hear it. And he put on King Tut, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, yo, what kind of music is this? You know, and after King Tut, it was some other ones, if I really can't remember, but Sugar Hill, you know, I guess that was the one for all of us that really broke, like Humpty Dumpty, that was the egg that broke. You know what I mean? Sugar Hill for me, when I heard Rapper's Delight, it was over. And then, you know, the DJs will be outside, you know, DJ is saying little rhymes, and they'll just have fun, and they'll connect their setup into the lamppost, and that's how they got electric. So, and then I was kind of too young, but
Do you remember some of the first DJs that you had saw, kind of spinning at park jams or parties or whatever?
I do. Brownsville's on the map again. His name is DJ Scooter Love, and he's known around the world, and he's just doing it big here now, all over New York City. Flowers, the Disco Twins, DJ Scooter Love, the Soul Experience from Langston Hughes. Yes, we used to follow them. I used to hang out with them. You know, 19 dudes, they all up my house, got the equipment, the turntables, the 1200s. And, you know, it was 18 of them, and it was 18 girls. And that's actually how I got my nickname, Sparky D. Because the gentleman, Sparky D from Langston Hughes, from the Soul Experience, that was his name. And my girlfriend said, well, we should get all their names. And they named me Sparky D because my eyes are green, Sparky, and my first name is Doreen. So that's the D. And that's how I got Sparky D from a DJ.
So being from Brownsville, how did you hear about Queens DJs like Disco Twins and Flowers and all them?
The cassette tapes. You know, and I went to middle school in Queens. My mom busted us out on the school bus. She didn't want us to go to the schools in Brooklyn. And that was her thing. It wasn't my thing. You know, I missed a lot, you know, my friends, but I'm glad she did it. And the cassette tapes, you know, it was cassette tapes all over. You know, up from the Bronx, Manhattan, Cool Herc, Cool DJ Red Alert, African Bambaataa, Jazzy, Jay, you know, all of them.
So at what point
Hollywood. Hollywood. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. Take it back. Rewind the tape. Hollywood. You know, and I was young.
At what point